Hi, I'm Jack Wiant with CredibleInformation.com. Today I'm here with Shane Scheel at the Rockwell Table and Stage. Introduced, just premiered, his newest theatrical concert event, Boogie Nights, the fifth in a series of events which is known as For the Record.
This all started with Tarantino in concert. Chris and I were both big fans of Tarantino movies, and especially the soundtracks. When we started going, well, Tarantino, that's who we want to tackle. We started downloading the soundtracks, and it just became apparent that this is the one we have to do first. That particular show is probably the nearest and dearest because it is the first one, but we simply started by throwing a concert with our friends.
Created a 360-degree theatrical concert experience in which the audience is truly immersed into the worlds that these directors tried to give us when they created these movies.
Felt like this was a perfect venue, and over the year it's evolved. The next one we tackled was John Hughes. So the evolution of the project really just, each show we do informs the next one, and create scenes of things that make them go, oh, I remember that moment, I remember that date I was on, where was I on my high school prom, where was I when I first saw this movie, where was I when I first saw Ferris Bueller. Went on and we did the Baz Luhrmann catalog. It's a trilogy that really, between Strictly Ballroom, Romeo and Juliet, and Moulin Rouge. And we wanted to put people in the middle of the Moulin Rouge. Since doing Baz Luhrmann, we brought all of the shows back and kind of gave them the same treatment. Coen Brothers, for instance, is really, we drop in on a character and we're out. We go from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou to Hudsucker Proxy to Fargo. We're all over the map with that one.
Movies are a universal, speak a universal language.
I'm more fascinated by the world in which he takes you into, and as I've now become I've watched the movie a lot since I started creating this, and the way he uses music especially to tell that story. And this is a celebration of that portion of it.
There is dialogue and there are scenes in the performance. Do you take the dialogue directly from the movie, or do you create your own dialogue, your own scenes?
We are very, very particular about the dialogue from the movie. It's definitely lifted directly from the movie, and it's something we always want to be careful of, that we never take liberties with someone's writing. We'll spend a lot of time listening to exact words.
I'm very confident in what we've created here, and that it does fulfill a need in a world that's very connected but so disconnected. We need a place to go to reconnect with human beings. We're so connected to our cell phones, and the live music experience, the live entertainment experience, and being social with people and going out for a night out is something that was a little bit lost.
A lot of people look at Hollywood and they see Hollywood stars, but this town is packed full of talent. These people come from the Broadway community, and they've cut their teeth on Broadway. They come from the great training programs out there, the Carnegie Mellons, the Cincinnati Conservatories, the Juilliards, and they end up here for one reason or another, but they didn't have a place to go and do a lot of stuff. This is something that is high quality. They're able to connect to a community of performers, and that's what we really emphasize here. There's a community. The soundtrack of the 80s and the soundtrack of so many of the themes of John Hughes movies they're for every generation. People love the movies and they love music, and we're not asking someone to sit through an entire musical of a show, which sometimes can be difficult to ask people. We're asking people to come and experience something nostalgic, experience music that they love. We never feel like we have it, and each show we construct a little differently. Like some shows feel a little bit like they have a little bit more narrative. Others are like a mashup of every movie that they ever made.
If I were to write my story, everyone says, oh, you should have these ideas of where you want to be, and I do. I would love to see this concept, the For the Record concept, the Rockwell Table and Stage concept. I would love to take it to places all over the world.
Where do you see the shows going from here?
Well, global.